Hey, what's up, Academy, and welcome back to another Warzone video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to win sweaty lobbies in Warzone when you know that everyone in the lobby is cracked and you really got to dial it in to win. Well, there's no better way to prove this than winning a custom game lobby against the best players in Warzone. I'm playing in a trios custom tournament with Stone Mountain 64 and Breadman against the best players in the world. And actually, this week we did really well in customs. Competing against 40 or 50 teams, we placed 2nd, 4th, and 6th in the 3 most recent tournaments. So we are consistently slaying out against the best of the best and really putting the Academy values and lessons to the test. So if you guys want to learn how to get better at Warzone, make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you want to see more, and then we're going to go through and nitpick all of our big picture strategies and even the micro parts of gunfights of how we're winning. But I do want to give a quick thank you to the sponsor of today's video, and that is Keeps. For those of you that don't know, Keeps is your one-stop shop for all things hair loss and balding prevention. And I say prevention because prevention is key. When you guys start to notice that you're losing your hair, it is time to get on top of it. Now, 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of balding by the age of 35. And frankly, I love my hair, and frankly, I got a little bit more hair on my face than normal. But I'm noticing I'm starting to lose a little bit, so I'm getting on top of it. I'm ordering Keeps myself. They even have shampoo and conditioner to help your hair look thicker, look fuller. And fortunately, there's no awkward in-person consultations. You don't have to leave your house. Everything can be done from the comfort of your home, and everything is delivered straight to you. If you're interested in finding out more, take action now at keeps.com/IceManIsaac, and you can get 50% off of your order. Once again, that is keeps.com/IceManIsaac. That'll be linked in the description and the pinned comment. And a huge shout out to them for sponsoring this video and so many videos in the past. They're a great partner of the channel. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Once again, this will be like a 3 KD lobby. We are playing against people that are insane. So this is far beyond anything you would ever see in pubs. Everyone in this lobby is going to be a demon. Everyone's going to punish you for every mistake you make. So there are so many individual gunfights and positioning that you will learn from. This is absolute worst case scenario. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So our favorite spot to drop throughout this tournament, for at least in the beginning part, was TV station. The reason why is there's a lot of places to rotate out of. We've got vehicles there. There's a lot of cash, and typically there's a buy there. We would always make sure there is a buy there.
Sounds like a lot. Yep.
Now that's also makes it highly contested. We won the first 2 matches that we were there, beating some really good players out of it, but this time got chopped. On the race for the heli, there is 0 room for error, and I get taken out by a pretty good wager player named Colors. Holy shit, that was a literal picture-perfect drop. With a picture-perfect drop.
If you need to bail,
So I'm dropping in with Stone Mountain 64. You guys know him. He actually isn't in the competitive scene too much, but he very much held his own in this tournament with great comms, great damage, absolute blast playing with Stone. And then on top of that, we're playing with Breadman, who's just 1 HP, but barely makes it out. He's been my duo for a lot of tournaments. So, a lot of really good players in this tournament, and to prove it further, my opponent in the Gulag is Tommy. 100 Thieves Tommy. He was a competitive CDL player for many years, one of the best players in the league, and then he moves over to Warzone, and now I believe he's like top 5 Warzone earner of all time, and especially dominant in custom game tournaments, and it's going to take a lot to beat him here in the Gulag.
Pushing mid left. He's at his wall back left.
I'm on the fire.
At flag. On flag. You're right, just ahead.
Nice. Going.
All right, so let's break that down. So fortunately, I've got Stone up top who's giving me some comms, but you'll notice I'm never holding an angle for too long. I slide cancel chow this, chow away. Aim down sight here, chow away. Stone says back left, so I throw a flash just to get some information, maybe a hit, but I get nothing. You'll notice I spot Tommy right here. I hear him, and I see him right there. You can see his skin, but I do not want to reach out this. You'll notice I actually bring my gun back down, and I think about it for a fraction of a second. You'll see I bring my right stick over. I'm like, ooh, I might chow this, and I'm like, wait a second. If I chow this, Tommy's going to obliterate me, because at this point, he's going to be pre-aiming that angle. So I decide I have to take a separate angle, which is what I do. I jump over. He actually starts pre-firing the angle I was at. I get a couple shots, but I don't want to reach out because once again, what is Tommy going to do? He's going to snap there and possibly start pre-firing the angle that I'm at. And since I have an AR, I don't have an SMG, I really am not confident that that gun's going to get down in time if Tommy starts pre-firing me. So I wrap around to an angle he's not expecting. Chow. And I see him slide across.
Flag.
I slide in. I see him slide across. And you'll see I bring my right stick all the way over as hard as I can. And I just start pre-firing. See, I'm just sweeping across, hoping one of these hits. And I don't know if it's desync that hits him. I think it's a wall bang that hits him.
You're right, just ahead.
And I take him down. So, as you can see, there is a lot to go with these gulags. I actually had a really tough time with gulags throughout this entire tournament. But to be clear, that little body shot there at Tom was not disrespect for him. That's... there's so much downtime in between these tournaments. It's really tough to keep your hands warm. I kind of mention it here. Sorry, I didn't mean to shoot Tommy's body. That wasn't disrespect. That was just I'm trying to like get my hands warm, get cracked. It's not meant to be disrespect. I love Tommy. Tommy's a friend of mine. Really nice dude in the scene, very talented. But I'm just trying to like you sit for sometimes 20 minutes between these games. Unfortunately, Stone loses to Almond, which honestly like I probably would have lost to him too. I'm pretty happy I won against Tommy. Almond is Tommy's duo and one of the best players in the world as well. Car just pulled up here.
Okay.
So now I'm on the regain. I decide to go for a Bertha because I need something with a lot of armor to make it safely across the map to my teammate. And then on top of that, it can help for rotating into power positions. But in this mode, people are cutthroat. They know that I'm going on a regain. There's two of them. There's one of me. I probably don't have guns because I just landed in on the truck, which is the assumption that they're making. And so they give chase. I go inside this building. Fred gets a pick from across the map with the ZRG.
Crawling is way too slow from people on ice.
You're right. You're right.
And you'll notice I have a realization when they roll up on my UAV.
Let's go, dude. This crawling is way too slow from people on ice.
You're right. You're right.
So Breadman, my teammate, says, "People on ice, I'm on my way." No, I'm chilling. Do not force for me. I can possibly set up a trap. I got a stoner, okay? So I can like, they're hard rushing me. Thank you. So we end up taking the high ground on these guys. They have no idea that Breadman's there. I don't want Breadman to like jump over the cliff and start sending for him, but I use my truck just as a little bit of additional cover and tell Breadman like, hey, we can set up a trap. I see him get out of the passenger seat, laser him with the stoner.
He's behind the white truck.
Tagged up. That guy's on a disgusting heady. I have no idea how I go down there, but I make a very bad mistake. If we're up 2v1, that is the last thing that I want to do. My goal here is the second I take a shot, I want to dip behind cover, let my health regen, and just stay alive so I'm an annoyance to that guy. Because the longer that I'm up, the more that he's going to have to direct his attention in two directions. He knows I'm on the regain. He knows I don't have self-revive. So when I go down, now we can focus only on Bread. Fortunately, Bread took that time. The second I go down, and look at Bread make this wrap from this high ground around to get an angle. This would be a lot better if I stayed alive, but Bread still makes a great wrap. He has an MG to do it. Swings around on him behind the cover. He doesn't hear him. And gets the kill. Better, Bread. You're so much better, baby. Let's go, man. It's a huge flank on Breadman's part. Gets the angle. I should have stayed up there. Possibly get a live ping. Sorry for going down there. I thought I had a better head glitch.
I had a really good gun, so no worries.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that MG as soon as I thought you only had a Tundra, and then I'd hear. I'm like, oh, we're chilling. So even in all the stress, Breadman and I are still having a good time. Now the priority is getting Stone Mountain back in the game, and we have the cash to do it after killing those guys. I pick up the PPSH and the blue stoner, and then we try to get Stone to go across the map to pick up.
I mean, we could drive out there and then just go ahead and go guarantee our loading.
I like that. I like that. So our game plan now is to regain, obviously going against the best players in the lobby or in the world. We send Stone over here, and our goal is to like maybe sit with a truck and try to regain. Because basically wherever we are, the loadout will pull near us. So if we're here, the loadout could pull like anywhere within here, which is exactly what we don't want because there's buildings everywhere. So if we can grab this vehicle over here, drive it into the woods, a vehicle or a loadout will pull somewhere within here, not outside the zone, which would be a lot safer for us. And this is kind of the regain play. We're able to, you know, ideally buy our own loadout, buy our own self-revives, our own UAVs.
Only have to wait like a couple minutes.
But all of us have hit our gulag besides Bread.
Okay.
We're kind of in the blender a little bit, so we got to play a little bit more conservative, get our loadouts, and then we can start sending. They were so weird for chasing me
Truck
like that.
leaving it. I think they got it.
Okay,
They
okay.
got it, yeah.
Come up towards this buy with us if you can. Or
Yep.
okay. So Stone then noticed that truck gets taken, so we end up changing our plan, going up here. There's a little bit of loot you can find. There's some plates here. That's where Stone lands, and then we go to the edge of the map, just trying to loot some areas that are a little bit safer that most people, like teams, wouldn't have landed at. No perks that aren't allowed, so yeah, rock it. And then Bread somehow finds
I got specialist. Is that allowed?
Specialist. There's no perks that aren't allowed, so yeah, rock it.
Nice.
Now, that conversation we were having there are some perks that are not allowed in this. I'm sorry, there's some guns that aren't allowed. So, like, we banned the Car 98, the Swiss, or the tournament directors did, RPGs, all launchers, all shotguns, so you didn't run into a building, get gallowed. They also banned stun grenades. Now, granted, some of those are really cheesy, and it's really, you know, nice for good players to have, and you may be playing against sweaty players that have them. However, they also are, like, the easiest thing you can use to kill sweaty players. So you're not going to see us, you know, stun rush. You're not going to see us dead silence rush or stopping power rush any teams. All of these are going to be hard-fought battles with, you know, good guns, but not stoners, not Swisses, not stuns. So we're sitting here. We know the loadout pulls at the 15-second mark. Nice.
How many?
Nice.
The loadout pulls together. Breadman asks how many. Based off of how many loadouts drop, you can see how many teams are near you. Our loadout is all by ourselves, and we get an easy loadout. We go for the Krig OTS because the OTS has an incredibly fast time to kill, and the Krig has a crazy fast time to kill and absolutely zero recoil. So there's no reason you shouldn't be using it.
Loadout coming in late here. I don't know if that was
A lot of people shooting right in these buildings.
Hilo.
Yeah. How we just landed up there.
Here comes.
Fighting?
So we're kind of in a weird spot right now, trying to figure out where we want to go. The only recon, or the only contract near us that's safe is this recon. It's not the worst spot in the world. But when we pull that recon, I don't know, what do you think, Red? Once again, assuming that everyone in the lobby is a demon. And perhaps this is a great video for you to watch if you feel like you're not that great of a player. And even the average player is better than you. You can still outplay them with positioning. And that's kind of what we're going through right now. We're just assuming everyone has the absolute shot of a god. And so that's how we're playing it. It's a very common strategy you see in customs. We've got players that are wrapping around the perimeter of the map. They don't want to get shot by us. We don't want to shoot them.
All right. You just want to go get center circle?
I'm chilling. I got 5. Breadman ends up finishing that recon out with his truck. He's got a little bit of health on that truck, so it feels comfortable driving out. And then we figure out where to play.
Kills late game.
I think the late game gunfights is when things start to get really, really interesting.
Do it in circle at least.
We want to cut through this way. I'm just trying to figure out a path.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cut through. Okay. So not only do we want to figure out where the end game is, but we want to figure out where the safe path is. So we decide, you know, center of the zone is somewhere in here, right? But we have to figure out how we're going to get there. We obviously don't want to go up through here because we're going to go through all of these buildings and we're going to get gunned. If we work our way around, we could get gunned by anyone camping in any of these buildings or fire station. And then if we work our way up and around, obviously this whole tower will get us. So we're trying to find somewhere that's safe. And so we decide to cut through here, up through here, and then basically the path of least resistance and the least high ground looking down on us. Is this a safe buy? Do we want to hit this buy while we got time? I noticed there that when we avoid the bounty because Brad is getting hunted, that goes away. Since you have a truck rolling up.
Okay, I'm back in my whip.
It is paranoia, man.
You're good. Buy yourself real quick,
If a team rolls up on you, you can die so quickly. So we end up getting Bread a UAV. I get self for myself. We were thinking about letting Bread get self-revive because he has specialist, but Bread didn't have a gulag, so it's more important that he takes his gulag and one of us can self-revive as needed. So we wrap through the hills, avoiding as much contact as we can, and then we tell Stone to pop his UAV.
You have UAV, right, Stone?
Yep.
Pop it.
Yeah, probably pop that and we can try to carve out a path.
So we're just making sure we're carving out a path. We're not running into a team that's possibly up on this buy.
Just got in it. Yeah,
You just go top right.
Yeah. They just threw their
Now, when all things are going well, we'll send the entire lobby. Like we had a game the other day where we had 18 kills with.
Shooting up, and fire.
Take the tech over.
We had 18 kills with like 20 people, or well, I'm sorry, with like 50 people left. We were on a crazy pace for customs. That's insane. 18 kills against the best players in the world with 50 left. We were on possibility for like over a 30 bomb win. This one though, obviously, as you saw, 2 guys straight to the gulag. We gotta play for a win. I tell Stone to get out to get into the tack rover because my SUV is already half health. We don't want all of us dying to a single C4 because C4s are allowed.
Possibly if we play this right.
And we don't see anything up here on our UAV. And so we're going to take a moment. We're going to stage up here and figure out exactly what's going on.
Truck rolling up.
Okay.
Truck rolling up.
Yeah.
Let's get in. It's going on the bridge.
Oh, I'm getting sniped at. Don't know from where.
Okay.
So at this
There was
point,
somebody
I was
up
kind of
at,
just
Summit
cheesing that
Firehouse.
vehicle a little bit.
Right here.
Snipe
And
it
this.
up.
Trying to take some damage out of it because trucks in the late game are very annoying.
Don't know
But
from where.
frankly, I didn't have enough AR ammo to do it, so I
Was
probably
somebody
shouldn't
up
have done
at,
it.
Summit Firehouse. This area.
Right here
Snipe
in
us.
this window.
Hostile operator.
I don't even think
Okay. So we're posted. We're trying to figure out where our other teams are. We've got high ground roughly in the center of zone, and we're trying to kind of reestablish where we're at, how we can get a lot of kills while still making sure we're playing for the win. Because the way the format of this tournament works is you take your kills and then you get a multiplier based on the amount of kills that you get or the placement that you get. So let's say we end this game with 10 kills. If we get first place, we get 2.2 times multiplier. So 10 kills would give us 22 points. And then if you get like second through fifth, you get 1.8 times. And if you get like fifth through 10th, you get 1.4 times. And then everything after that is just 1 times per kill. So you could drop 20 kills, but finish 25th and only get 20 points. But you could drop 10 kills and finish first and get more points because of the placement multiplier. So we want to make sure we get kills. That's important to our points, but we also want to make sure we're finishing out strong.
to be honest.
Oh, we could team shoot this guy. So Brett called out earlier. He didn't have much AR, and I'm like, I really want to get some kills.
If he does it again.
Oh, this guy right here. This guy right here. This guy right here. 3, 2, 1. So I feel really bad for that, but that's kind of the way this game works. He is out in the open, exposed.
Live combat scout? Who was that?
Yeah, you got everything.
everything.
You got combat scout.
In the window, in the window, in the window. Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. So 3 team fires with a Krig. We knock out a
might go
very
third
good
party.
player named Destroy,
Yeah.
who is actually the third of the other guys we killed earlier, Mr. Gaming and Clutch Belk, a very, very dangerous team to play against. And we're kind of trying to figure out as we're playing this, how aggressive do we want to be? And the way we decide is we wait until the zone closes in before we make any decisions to start hunting kills.
There's a shotty in here. Just gonna put the shotty over here.
So what I do is I take the shotgun out of there. You're allowed to use a shotgun as long as you don't have a loadout. But, so I didn't want anyone landing there
That up.
and then possibly like cheesing us with a shotgun because you can get one pump by the shotty. And then there's this.
Once you pick up a gun, it starts its respawn timer, so it'll time out after like 2 minutes.
You ever notice how guns time out? Like if you kill someone and you come back, or you die and you come back to your loot like 2 or 3 minutes later, the loot disappears. Same thing can happen. Once a floor loot has been picked up, a respawn timer starts. Whereas if it's just sitting inside the building, it'll stay alive. If it stays on the ground, it'll be there all game. If it stays on the ground, it'll be there all game. But I can pick it up, take it outside the building so no one can pick it up. And on top of that, it'll eventually disappear. Riot shield inside this building. So we're trying to figure out how many guys are in this building. We know that they're based off of that fight, right? So we know that there's at least 2 guys inside of here. We saw the guy that we were shooting here, and we saw another one with a riot shield. We killed Destroy over here. And then we would assume there's at least 2 more teammates from Destroy's team. So we've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 3 in here as well. We kind of made the deduction that there is only 2 in here, or that there could be 3 in here, because a team like Destroy, who's a very talented player, would most likely push in if they got it down. But we're still playing it as at least 2 here, at least 2 here. We're up to pushing. I think how many is in this AR? So like, how long could we hold off a push if the team pushed us? I don't know. I don't want to play stupid, so I'm just thinking out loud. Like, so I'm having an open conversation with my teammates. I'm like, hey, we're all short on AR. We have some information on these other teams, but how long can we sit here? Like, if a team pushes us, we don't have a lot of AR to have a protracted fight. So I want to fight someone eventually and take their loot, so that way we can play more aggressively or defend ourselves as needed. So this is what we were waiting for.
I'm down for it.
We have to move anyways, maybe, but...
Yeah, let's hear it.
If it just, like,
if it's
straight favors that building, I'm down for it.
So the call was, if the next circle favors this building, right, because we have 2 teams to overtake, then we'll just basically force it because we know the circle is going to favor them. If not, we'll stay on our power position. They'll have to rotate up to us. Favors that building. So based off of that, the next zone would probably land somewhere around here that will favor this building. It's highly unlikely that it would pull up to us.
It is a pretty favorable building, yeah.
So we'll have to eventually clear out that team. Do we want to take vehicles, or do we want to rush on foot and clear this building out first?
Probably on foot. There's a truck behind us coming in right now, too. Oh, it's just like holding up down that top tower. Northwest.
They got out, crossing the road. One got out.
They saw them on the on their radar, or on their mini map. I didn't.
One's on the hill to the right of that truck, though. 2. There's full three there. One's behind the truck on the top there.
We don't have an angle to beam that guy.
Waste ammo on this. I don't have good.
Well, if they're gonna know we're here. They're gonna know we're here 100% because of our trucks. But so the other team is gonna know we're here. In a custom game, it's pretty obvious, right? You see a helicopter on this team, you know there's someone in this building. You see a truck and an SUV and a attack rover, you know someone's gonna be here. If they get in any of our vehicles, just get ready to C4 them. We can play this one slow. So Breadman earlier put his C4 on all of our vehicles so we could blow them up if anyone tried to take them. And I know this team, they got out of their truck. They're most likely going to push us, so I put down a trophy system to prevent, utility spam, whether it be flashes, because keep in mind stuns are banned, or things like C4, Simtexes, etc.
In garage.
Fire. I'm getting high word
Our roof.
In garage.
I'm constantly changing my head level. There are snipers that are allowed, like the HDR and the Tundra, but just on top of that, I don't want to like slow crouch across and only have my head visible and just like like only hit my head.
I'm getting high worded through the wall.
Oh, that's fun. One's in the lower close garage here, I think I saw.
Crack that guy. So I cracked him, but they're going to start calming that they cracked me, and I'm in a choke point, right? That guy can run all the way around the building, and I can't do anything to him, but I'm in a choke point. So they start spamming utility. Fortunately, my trophy system is saving us.
One in the next building ahead.
And notice that sound. Did you hear that metal creak?
Ahead.
That right there? That means I know someone's on our roof, and they're most likely going to try to take this ledge right here. They're going to try to drop down, take this ledge, and take this window. Someone from the outside throws in this flash right here, which shield your eyes, by the way. You're about to see it. Stunning. Flashed.
Flashed up.
So we've got Breadman camping an off angle down in the bathroom. And frankly, if I were to play this differently, I would have Stone not holding with me. I would have Stone holding here. Because right now we have a player in the bathroom who can shoot up towards players if they don't clear it correctly. But if these players come in from down below, they could all shoot at Bread, and I've got no one else to help them. So ideally, I put Stone here, who can have an angle on the window that's down here, and then also possibly on anyone that tries to challenge Bread. Unfortunately, me and Stone are up here holding not necessarily the same angle. He's watching stairs, but the only time he would ever watch stairs is if Breadman got taken out, or, just let him sprint up past them. So that's something just to think about in the future as we clear out these buildings. But I need to watch this window because I know there's a guy on the attic. Blow him up. I'm trying to tell Bread to blow up these vehicles because I think they're out there around the vehicles, and any chaos or additional damage will help. But I think Bread's in a gunfight. Blow up the vehicles.
Down and finish one.
Nice.
And then I finally get the cue that I'm looking for.
Down and finish one.
I pull up my heartbeat sensor, but you'll notice right here, look at this shadow. I hear the guy, right? I hear the guy above me. And then I start to see this shadow jumping down. So I start the animation of pulling out my heartbeat sensor, but I immediately put it back down. As soon as I realize that I see that shadow, I try to take a little bit of an off angle, start aiming down sight.
1E downstairs, 1E downstairs. C50 guns, 1E. Nice.
Let's go. Great trade, great trade, great trade. Red goes down. Stone swings in and gets the trade. That was probably a bad play by us. If Stone would have been right here, and that's just, you know, there's too many to think about, right? There's so much to learn with these custom games and how we play them. Stone maybe could have helped before Pentagon thirsted him. The team that rolled up on us there is a very, very cracked team. So any mistake that we make, they're going to punish us. Oh my gosh. Bro, they brought everything we need. Bread's a demon. He ends up winning the gulag. We take a little bit of time to regain.
That's safe. Wait, they provided us with a truck.
Yeah, they did.
Double truck down.
Bread gets his stuff back, wins his gulag, absolutely clutch, and now I have $4,000 that I can do something with.
Sniping on the bridge.
Yeah, they did.
Double truck down.
So my decision is to go and get a UAV, get a little bit of utility for the late game,
Full health truck.
and then I see someone take a shot
Sniping
from...
on the bridge. Sniping on the bridge. Literal easy holds.
Yeah. Should we beam? Right here. Behind the truck, live. He's just sitting there. Oh,
Live him one more time.
just to the left of the truck there. I can't get a ping. It's not
Trying to
loading.
coordinate these team fires against good players. The second they get shot, they'll snap behind cover.
There's two there.
With good players, you can get them down if you team shot like when we took out Destroy earlier.
I see that.
Live there.
Kill your truck, Mark.
They're getting in the truck. They're rotating.
So I was going to try to get an angle on these guys, but as soon as the truck started rotating, I just bailed. There was an opportunity for me to possibly throw down a C4, but if they would have bum rushed me, they would have instantly thirsted me, so I just tried to get behind cover. My C4s unfortunately don't hit them. I'm using the smoke as cover. I'm using that 10 as cover. And unfortunately, I don't get the kill on the Bertha. I'm checking to make sure there are no, like, stragglers left behind, right? Because that truck got out of there in a hurry. I wanted to make sure there was no one stuck behind us. And I run up and I pop a UAV, right? Because now we're in a position where we know where we are. We've got all three of our players. We've got a UAV. Now we can start getting some kill points.
You want to take
They're
it?
fighting right now. You want to go up there in the hills with them? Okay. We're pushing up a little bit. Still.
Go behind.
Biggest thing there, when I see a sniper chow me, I start jumping, man. I start bunny hopping. And I didn't pull the truck right up to him, right? Because they could have C4'd me. They could have airstriked me. Or as they get out of my truck, they beam me. I put the truck on the back of the hill, so maybe they aren't paying attention to their mini-map. And it looks like they weren't. I'm able to take down Barton. I get sniped, and I just start bunny hopping so I don't get headshot. Start playing my life.
Double Semtex out.
Trying to keep our truck alive. That way I can rotate in or out with the team. Even if that means taking my gas mask a little bit, that's totally fine.
Down him, finish him.
I gotta play it.
There's another truck coming up.
Watch your lower right. Watch your lower right.
And so I'm trying to tell Bread, watch your lower right. Watch your lower right, right? Because his lower right, remember those two buildings? There's one building here, there's one building here, and there's one building here. All of them have attics and angles on Bread. So I'm trying to call that out just for him to be like, hey, careful, you could get beamed there.
For houses.
Watch out for houses. So he makes his way over the left side of the hill where he's got a little bit more cover from it. Pick up a gas mask. That's a little bit healthier than the one that I currently have. And then I'm not over peaking, not over committing. We know where we have a building that we've safely cleared out.
They're shooting out of yellow.
Okay. We should probably just rotate back. We can rotate back. Not even worry about these guys.
Yeah, I'm just destroying their chopper.
So I basically start putting damage into their chopper in case they try to make a cheeky play in the end game.
Hop in if you want. Hop in.
Now there's
9%
7
health truck
teams
if you wanna-
left
if you wanna hop
in
in.
this. Even with that, even with a really harsh zone down below.
Okay. Watch your head, Brad. Careful.
There's 7 teams left, even with how terribly the rotation was for everyone in the bottom of the gas. And I'm using my third person, and I spot someone right here.
In the lower left window. Lower left window.
Claymore set.
I picked up claymores while I was up there because I was all out of C4s.
Charges set.
I'm wall banging just
Don't
for
push,
information
don't push.
if I get a hit marker. And I'm trying to say don't push, right? Because they could be ratting anywhere. And then I decide I'm going to use my truck to get line of sight on the people in the attic. But I'm really making sure I'm looking up at the attic before I get into the truck so they don't instantly beam me.
I'm driving.
Pop it into
On
reverse.
beat in the building, 3 and beaten, next building yellow.
Yeah.
I see that guy behind, right up here, behind the bedpost. He's pre-aiming me. He knows what's coming. And then I can start to see this barrel.
Yeah.
See that barrel peeking
Next building
through?
Yellow.
Yeah.
Right there.
Anyone have frags?
Negative.
No frag, I
There's
have
someone.
C4.
There's someone on. If you want to C4 now, he's in this close top right corner.
Charges set.
Hit.
So basically, I was getting inside the vehicle just so Brett didn't accidentally blow up our truck.
Can we wall
Hang on.
bang?
No, careful, Brad. Careful. Let me explain. There's one on this close right, and there's close right one.
And this is kind of what we talked about earlier. The lesson learned cannot go down, right? This could chalk the entire fight. And
Explain. There's one on the. Hang on. No, careful, Brad.
Brett is like pushing up because he knows the angle that I'm trying to get, but I kind of like yell at him like wait, just get down. I don't think you understand, because what he could do is he could go up here and chow this guy, and the guy in the close corner could just instantly swing him and he goes down.
Careful. Let me explain. There's one on this close.
So I'm like, please let me try to explain the information that I have.
And
I take this angle and I almost get this player down.
close right one.
And then I'm really trying not to go down here. Take a close angle, tag that guy up,
there. Two are tagged.
and then just trying to stay alive. Stone's doing the exact same thing. Playing a tight angle.
One's cracked up there.
I keep thinking I have like a C4 or a Simtex or something.
Another one has no shields.
Go for it, Stone. I'm right behind you.
So Brett calls out no shields. Now we've got 2 guys that are cracked with no shields. I tell Stone to send in, because at that point I know Brett will send as well. Stone misses his jump.
Down. Push. Let's go.
Nicely done.
And we take out Clutch Belk again. Once again, a very talented player. Thank goodness we took out Destroy, because then it would have been a 3v3 with those guys ratting in there. Fortunately, we take them out. And now the zone's closing. We have the other team that was camping with the riot shield. And I just said, screw the truck.
Second floor jumped out, right shield, right
Right
side.
shield.
Great comms by Stone all day.
One.
Crossing left.
And notice how I'm still playing smart here, right? I'm crouching behind cover. I don't know at any point this guy could, whip out with the amped and chow me with something crazy. Try to play it as smart as I can.
Armor tags. Break.
Watch lower. Careful on lower. There might be no to airstrike. Great pull. Stay high.
And so I just start screaming, stay high, that we have to keep this high ground. I know that we can keep the high ground, and it may cost us 1 or 2 kills, but I don't want us peeking over the top.
We got high ground.
We need kills.
Wrap top left. Win here is huge. 2.2 multiplier.
Win here's more than the kills.
And Stone is pointing out, yeah, man, we need kills, which I totally get. But I don't want to risk one extra kill
Up with me.
by possibly getting stuck and falling down the mountain.
Nice job.
And shocking the entire game.
Wrapping iron.
I'm trying to find anything right now that can possibly help me. I was looking for an airstrike or something. And now we just start going for cleanups. We know we have a crazy high ground on these guys. I'm always the guy that plays a little bit more conservative in my squad. Typically I play with Breadman and Dakota, who I know I can frag, but I'm the guy that sits back and gets a little bit of the bigger picture. Because what happens with a lot of squads is they just get tunnel vision, man. They see easy kills and then they miss a flank. And so that's kind of the role that I'm playing there right now is, okay, there could be someone doing a gas mask, like a durable gas mask flank up our top left. I don't care how many kills I get. And frankly, Bread's a better fragger than I am anyways, but I want to make sure I don't get greedy. I have full situational awareness.
Nice.
and I check all the angles, right? Because they could be focusing all the fire down here, and some guy can make a wrap. And so that's all I'm concerned about.
Crack another.
And then we see 3v3. 2 squads, 6 left.
3v3.
Having trouble seeing through the smoke a little bit, not getting aim assist, but then we just start gunning. Take out flanked, take out phase blue. See the shots down below me. Switch to my SMG. Jump down. 180.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go, boys.
And we had a huge game. Stone got done pretty dirty there by the numbers. He played incredible all 6 games. Put up a lot of kills. That game, he just put up a lot of damage and put up a lot of comms. But he really helped out. He was the last alive a lot of times in the later games. But that's kind of some lesson learned, a little bit of how we play when no matter what, we have to win. When we're playing power positions, we know every rotation is going to be dangerous. And this wasn't a dominant game, right? We just didn't walk through the lobby. We got downed instantly. All of us hit our gulags. We all knew it was going to be a rough game. And it was pretty cool. We had guys like Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tapman. They were gassing us up, gassing up Stone, gassing up me, gassing up Breadman. It was a cool moment for us to go against the best players in the world and pull out a win. But this is something that you can experience, even if it's, you know, comparatively, someone that has a 2 KD might seem like an absolute demon to you if you have like a 1 or a 0.8 KD. But using some of those lessons of playing smart, playing your angles, playing together, slowing down your team for a second to explain everything that's going on, thinking about your rotations, thinking about where you should rotate through, all that stuff comes into mind for how you can clutch out even in the sweatiest of 3+ KD lobbies. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is all about what the Warzone Academy is about. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to drop a like on it. If you made it all the way down to the end, comment and let me know. And
Just not die. I just did not want to die there.
It didn't do you justice. I mean, you got the clutch straight on Pentagon. Like,
Let's go, Stone!
Hey, GG.
Oh, shit.
Bot lobby.
Shot back yet today or what?
and so it was a lot of fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to see more from the Academy. Shout out again, once again, to Keeps for sponsoring today's video. If you want to find out more, that'll be linked in the pinned comment in the description. And I also have some Academy merch, Warzone Academy merch, dropping for the first time ever. That's going to be coming later this week. So make sure to stay tuned on Twitter and on Twitch and on YouTube. We're going to be celebrating the first ever merch drop for the Warzone Academy. I'm super excited to show you guys. Ladies and gents, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.